What's going on, y'all, and happy Wednesday. I hope everybody out there is feeling fantastic. So let's go ahead and dive right into this topic, and I want to talk about what transpired with Nicki Minaj keeping her feet on Jay-Z and Desiree Perez's necks on yesterday. She was absolutely on fire. Now, I want to say before I get into everything that Nicki posted, or at least everything rather, I do want to state that I believe about a couple of days ago, Nicki went live, and I kind of felt like something was going to happen because she was questioning the amount of people that were in her live. And basically she was like, this is pretty low. I wonder who's behind that.
What a surprise. The amount of people on Instagram is remarkably low. I wonder who's behind that. I wonder who's afraid.
So when Nicki questioned the amount of people that were in her live, I immediately thought that she was talking about Jay-Z. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So fast forward to yesterday, the judge ended up denying a request to drop a lawsuit against Megan Thee Stallion. And so back in 2022, I believe it was, Megan Thee Stallion was in Spain and she was in an SUV and her cameraman was in the SUV as well. And Megan decided to go ahead and have intimate relations with someone in front of the cameraman. So the cameraman sued Megan Thee Stallion, and Roc Nation tried to have the lawsuit dropped. And the judge presiding over the case basically said, giving the cameraman the full ability to move on with his lawsuit against Megan Thee Stallion. So this is what Nicki posted. So Nicki reposted the publication of Megan Thee Stallion being denied by the judge to drop the lawsuit against the cameraman, and this is what the caption read. Nicki says, what was the name of that law again? Karma's law. Touch not my anointed law. Vengeance is the Lord's law. We give God the glory, and he's only just begun. Have a blessed day if you can. LOL, the blog's posting lies, thank you. More money for me. We're working, trust. Then Nicki decided to repost this article that claims that Jay-Z basically had been ordered by a judge to respond to this guy by the name of Ramir that's claiming that Jay-Z is his father. Well, the judge basically, according to this publication, said that Jay-Z had until July the 18th to respond to paternity test or whatever the case may be. But I do want to insert here that this story, I believe, is fake. There's no other trails that lead you to this being an absolute fact, but she still reposted it, and this is what the caption said. Oh, is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. I hope all is well. To God be the glory. Now, Nicki is far from done. She decided to post this story that involves Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. Apparently, Desiree's daughter, Demarie, is accusing her of putting paws on her and holding her against her will. And the story gets real dark and treacherous. And so Nicki said in the caption, oh no, what's going on at the Shade Room? Now, even though Nicki didn't mention Cardi's name, people are suggesting that she had time to take a swipe at her on yesterday as well. And Nicki tweeted, it was all good just a week ago. Then she said Spotify charts looking crazy. And then Cardi maybe caught on that Nicki was throwing shade at her and basically said, enjoy these looks and day and ignore the board. Love y'all. Go to dinner, go shopping, go to the park, get off the internet, enough. And then Cardi basically says, shut the F up.
A few minutes later,
Nicki then posts on X, dear hashtag Jay-Z and Desiree. Now she's calling Desiree a Desiree because she basically was an FBI informant. I believe that back in the days, Desiree got caught with some drugs, and I don't think that she did any time. So a lot of people thought or said that she was snitching or whatever, okay? So she says, dear hashtag Jay-Z and Desiree, you ruined hip hop, you ruined football, you ruined basketball, you ruined touring, you ruined Instagram, you ruined Twitter, the jig is up. And all of this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Then Nicki says, Desiree, were you out marching with your fellow Mexican immigrants? Oh, right, you were pardoned by President Trump, so you kinda can't, right? I mean, it kinda implies you guys are cool with him while y'all seem to pretend to be against him. Or are y'all not his friend either anymore, just like Diddy? I mean, if someone pardoned me, we'd be friends for life. You've done so much evil to black people, now you turn your back on your own as well as it seems. Don't you guys over there keep black artists fighting while you sit back and benefit from both parties? If I've gotten a pardon from President Trump, imagine the uproar. Yet, Roc Nation CEO does it, and yep, You guessed it, silence. Black people, until you speak on this, you can never, ever, ever. I wonder how Deseret thanked President Trump for that kind gesture. LOL, got a Hispanic woman allegedly calling her son-in-law a nickel, and I'm paraphrasing there, under the protection of y'all so-called black savior while y'all sat around making them rich. Now, just for clarification, Desiree's daughter, Demery, is stating that Desiree called her husband a nickel, okay? And so that is within the lawsuit that she's filing against her own mother. Then Nicki says, when y'all needed them the most, they were silent though, huh? Chin up. Jay came out to perform recently once that legal stuff started coming out, yet when Obama was pleading for brothers to vote for Kamala, the richest and most influential black rapper was nowhere to be found. Maybe I'm forgetting, I don't know. Did he say even one word? It seemed like an urgent request by the tone of Obama's speech, yet Brother Billionaire never got in the field for y'all, huh? When y'all needed him the most, after all that money he made off the Democratic Party. Brainwashed black people, those blogs won't be here a year from now either, so enjoy. Now Nicki is continuing to spank that ASS, and she says, so let me get this straight, y'all so-called black savior, hashtag Jay-Z, has a Hispanic CEO who was pardoned by President Trump. Interesting. So does that mean Deseret isn't a Democrat? Black people, I thought y'all HATE, all Trump supporters. Wait, did Jay-Z ever campaign for Kamala? He's benefited so much from the party. When President Obama gave that speech about brothers, why didn't Jigga Man come out and strongly campaign for the Democratic Party at that time? Could it been that y'all have been hoodwinked? LOL, woo-wee. That was so kind of President Trump, and that was so kind of President Obama to passionately go out and campaign. But what did Mr. Jigga Man do to help y'all win the election? He's above speaking out to help his party, or is it not his party? Is it just who can benefit him and Deseret at that time? Oh, black people, it looks like the Jigga Man and Deseret played y'all once again, laughing my effing A off. The jig is up. Then Nicki says, hashtag Jay-Z, you let Deseret do a lot of evil to black people and you stayed silent. We used to believe you. You went out sad, nickel, and I'm paraphrasing there. This is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. Deseret, did you get that 40 M's? 55 and paying for bots? Oh, Bot Nation. Then Nicki strikes again and says, so wait, Jay-Z had Not Like Us playing at the Super Bowl after his CEO was pardoned by President Trump. We gotta find out who is they. President Biden posting Not Like Us after Deseret was pardoned by President Trump is so, I guess, cringe with the emoji. Then Nicki says, Democrats attack me over my cousin's BALLS. Remember, let's see if they have any thoughts on that Deseret pardon. Let's see if they have any thoughts on Brother Billionaire never campaigning for Kamala even after Obama pleaded with the brothers. Isn't this the brother? The one brother who could have probably gotten the job done for y'all? Well, if the top brother in charge can leave y'all hanging without repercussions, then may everyone else leave you hanging as well, hanging like my cousin's friends, BALLS. Then Nicki goes on to say, I hope the money stolen from my tour was hidden really well. I hate for there to be money laundering, embezzlement, and etc. Then the last thing that I caught was when Nicki said, thank you to all the judges and lawyers who have helped my family and me. God bless you for doing what you could to protect my son. I won't forget. Thank you to everyone at Republic for being amazing to me, helping me to get back in the studio for PF2. All right, so you guys just saw and heard all of that. So it's pretty clear and evident that Nicki Minaj has a gripe with Roc Nation. And it's important to keep in mind that there's an issue stemming from the whole tidal wave situation and how Jay-Z handled that. I believe Jay-Z sold tidal wave to Jack Dorsey for $297 million. They came back to Nicki and tried to offer her $1 million, and she declined that offer, basically stating that she was worth more than that. And there was also something she posted on yesterday stating that she felt like she was owed between $100 to $200 million, and once she recouped those funds, she was going to put some of her barbs through college and things like that. So Nicki is pretty hot with Roc Nation, Jay-Z, Megan Thee Stallion, the whole camp. She went off. I've never seen her go off on Jay-Z like she did. But that's the gist of what went down yesterday. We have to see if Megan Thee Stallion is going to respond. Will Jay-Z respond? Will Desiree respond? It remains to be seen. Now, in closing, I just want to bring to y'all's attention that yesterday Diddy had a hearing, and they're trying to get the sentencing date moved up from October the 3rd. And so the argument that the defense is making is that there's only one parent and that these children need both parents, you know, and Diddy is locked up. They feel like he should be out to be a father to his children, but the judge upheld the sentencing date to October the 3rd, and it'll be at that time and that time only when Diddy will absolutely find out his fate. Now, a lot of people are stating just all over the internet that the reason why the judge may be holding Diddy is because basically in October, it concludes a year that he's been locked up in jail and that Diddy possibly will receive time served and will be released. I don't know. We can't bank on that at the end of the day because we cannot predict the future, but that is what they're saying. So I'm going to draw the line here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything I discussed in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.